Imagine an accounts payable clerk who needs to block a vendor, create a credit memo for an invoice 5678, and post the reversal. 3 separate transactions, 3 different Fiori apps, maybe 15 minutes of clicking. Now imagine she types block vendor 1003, create credit memo for invoice 5678, and post the reversal into a single chat bar, and the system executes all 3 steps in sequence, confirming each one before proceeding. That is the direction SAP is heading with Joule, its AI copilot, and the emerging agentic workflow pattern. In the next 6 minutes, you will learn how Joule integrates with Fiori apps today, where AI-powered insights cards fit on the My homepage, and what the roadmap for autonomous multi-step agents looks like. Joule is SAP's generative AI copilot embedded directly into SAP applications, including S/4HANA Cloud, SuccessFactors, Ariba, and the Fiori Launchpad. Think of it as a natural language interface that sits alongside your Fiori apps. Joule is not a standalone chatbot. It is context-aware. When you open Joule inside a purchase order app, it already knows you were looking at purchase orders. You can ask it, "Show me all POs over $50,000 that are overdue," and it translates that into the correct OData filter and displays the results. No navigation, no manual filter configuration. Under the hood, Joule uses large language models fine-tuned on SAP's domain knowledge, connected to your live S/4HANA data through secure API calls. It does not store or train on your business data. Every response is grounded in your systems, not a general knowledge base. As of S/4HANA Cloud 2025, Joule is embedded in a growing list of Fiori apps spanning finance, procurement, sales, and human resources. In finance, you can ask Joule to display open items for a customer, explain variances in a cost center, or draft a journal entry. In procurement, Joule helps create purchase requisitions, check supplier details, and summarize contract terms. In sales, it assists with order creation, delivery status checks, and pricing lookups. The key pattern across all these apps is that instead of navigating menus and filling form fields, the user describes the intent and Joule maps it to the correct SAP action. This reduces training time for new users and accelerates task completion for experienced ones. SAP is adding Joule capabilities to new apps every quarter. The current roadmap includes extensions to plant maintenance, quality management, and project systems. Check the SAP Roadmap Explorer for the latest list of Joule-enabled apps. Beyond in-app assistance, Joule powers the insights cards on the Fiori My homepage. My Home is the personalized landing page that replaced the classic Fiori Launchpad home screen in S/4HANA Cloud 2023. Insights are AI-generated summaries that surface anomalies, trends, and recommended actions based on your role and recent activity. For example, a procurement manager might see an insight card saying, 3 purchase orders exceeded budget by more than 10% this week, review recommended. Clicking the card navigates directly to the relevant POs with filters pre-applied. These insights are powered by SAP Business AI, which analyzes patterns across your transactional data. The AI models run in SAP's cloud infrastructure, and the results are personalized based on the user's authorization profile. You only see insights for data you are authorized to access. For administrators, the important configuration point is enabling the Insights service and mapping it to the correct user roles. Insights cards are delivered through the SAP Build Workzone content channel and can be managed through the standard Spaces and Pages framework.
Joule does not operate in isolation. It is part of SAP's broader business AI strategy, which includes the foundation layer is SAP's AI core infrastructure running on the Business Technology Platform. This hosts the large language models, manages API orchestration, and enforces data governance policies. The middle layer is the AI Services Catalog, pre-built AI capabilities like document extraction, invoice matching, demand forecasting, and natural language processing. These services are available as APIs that Fiori apps and Joule can call. The top layer is the embedded experience, Joule in Fiori apps, insights cards on My Home, and contextual recommendations in line within transactions. This is the layer users interact with. For architects evaluating Joule, the critical questions are: where does your data reside? What is the AI processing boundary? And how does authorization flow from S/4HANA to the AI layer? SAP enforces tenant isolation, and Joule inherits the calling user's authorization profile. So a user who cannot see a vendor's financial data in S/4HANA.
Now let us talk about where this is going. Today, Joule is mostly a co-pilot. It assists with one task at a time and requires human confirmation for each step. The agentic pattern takes this further, an AI agent that can plan and execute multi-step workflows autonomously. Here's what that looks like. A user says, process all vendor invoices received today, match them to POs, flag discrepancies over 5%, approve matches under $10,000, and route exceptions to the approver. The agent breaks this into subtasks, executes each one through the appropriate SAP API, checks the results, and either proceeds or escalates based on predefined rules. SAP has signaled this direction through its agentic AI roadmap, with initial capabilities expected in S/4HANA Cloud 2025 and 2026 releases. The key enablers are tool use capabilities in the language model, a secure action execution framework, and guardrails that require human approval for high-risk actions, like financial postings above a threshold. This is still early. Production-ready agentic workflows with full autonomy are on the roadmap, but not yet generally available. Before you deploy Joule broadly, you need a governance framework. There are 4 key areas to get right. First, authorization alignment. Joule inherits your PFCG roles, which means an over-provisioned role plus a natural language interface creates a control risk. Review every role that will interact with Joule and verify that activity-level restrictions, like display only versus create, are correctly scoped. Second, data governance. SAP enforces tenant isolation, meaning your data never leaves your cloud instance for model training. But you still need to verify data residency compliance, especially if your organization operates in regulated industries or across regions with strict data sovereignty laws. Third, autonomy tiers. Not every AI action should be fully automatic. Define 3 levels: auto-execute for low-risk read operations, confirm before execute for write actions like posting or approving, and escalate for high-value or sensitive transactions. This tiered approach builds user trust while maintaining control. Fourth, audit trail. Every action Joule takes must be logged and explainable. Map AI actions to your existing security audit log in SM20 and ensure read access logging covers AI-initiated data retrievals. If you are evaluating Joule for your organization, here are 4 readiness steps. First, verify your system is on S/4HANA Cloud 2025 or later. Joule requires the latest cloud release. On-premise customers should check the SAP Roadmap Explorer for planned availability. Second, enable the Joule service on SAP BTP and configure the connection to your S/4HANA tenant. This involves setting up a destination in the BTP cockpit and establishing trust between the 2 systems. Third, review your authorization model. Joule inherits user authorizations, so any gaps or over-provisioning in your PFCG roles will carry over to the AI experience. Fourth, identify 2 to 3 pilot use cases with high task volume and low risk, like status lookups or report filtering. AI in SAP is not a future promise anymore. It is shipping in production releases today. Joule is live in Fiori apps, Insights cards are surfacing real-time anomalies, and agentic workflows are on the near-term roadmap. Your action items: check the SAP Roadmap Explorer for Joule-enabled apps relevant to your landscape. Run a pilot with a low-risk use case, and build the guide now before AI agents begin executing multi-step transactions autonomously.